right? So, bear with me. So, as I say, man, let's go to this thing, man. This is sweet. This is beautiful, man. All praise to the Most High. All right? It's a verses 9. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verses 9. And even him, so Esau Edom, whose coming is after the working of Satan. So everything Esau is doing is after the work of Satan. That is plaguing the children. He's plaguing, trying to kill the 12 tribes of Israel. He's trying to decimate us. They're talking about the New World Order. They're talking about they're going to give everybody the mark of the beast. They're going to chip everybody. Okay, if you don't have this and that, you can't be able to buy. You won't be able to sell. Do all this. Listen, keep in mind. He said, with all power and sign and lying wonders. Okay? It's a lying wonder. So keep in mind. He said, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. What do they do? What is they doing? He go to Africa, bringing GMO seed, forcing the people with all this technology, going to East India, plaguing the people, taking over the whole world, just doing more people, doing more evil, killing more people. And they see working freely in suit and tie. They see running all your TV, they're running your government. Right? He said, in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. They do not receive the love of the truth. What do they have? The love of weakness. Because they receive not the love of truth, that they might be saved. So they won't be saved. They won't be saved. So keep in mind, they won't be saved. Right? Let's read again Malachi. Right? So this is the book of Malachi, right? That we mean this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verses 4 again. He said, whereas Edom say, we're impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thou said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I'll throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. What? You can't say this, so man. Come on, man. He said, and the people, the nation, the race, the tabernacle, the heathen, the Gentile. Okay, the Gentile against whom? The nation against, the race against. Okay, against whom? The Lord Yahweh had indignation forever. The Most High indignation against them forever. It's not me. The Most High, listen, the Most High hate them forever. That's what the Bible says. He said, well, the people, that means the nation, the race, the heathen, okay, the tabernacle, the house, the congregation, okay, against whom the Lord had indignation forever. And your eyes shall see. So guess what? When the Most High will expose them, you will see. The day the Most High will expose Esau, everybody will see. All the other nations, they will understand that Esau was the wicked, the most wicked on the face of the earth. Today they can't say because they're eating in a plate with Esau. They're eating right now with Esau. They are in bed with Esau right now. That's why they can't say anything. Some of them, they're scared. They're scared to death. They're scared to lose their job. They're scared. Because they think the job is going to save them. Like the job is going to bring them to heaven. Okay? So understand that. He said, well, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. That's right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Kwam Yashala, man. Hallelujah. Right? You see that? Let's go right here back to the article. So we are supposed to, we will see. Because Esau is the wicked running the earth. They don't want oppressing everybody in the land. They won't let people alone. Oppressing the farmer all over them so they can kill more people. Okay? So they can kill more people. That's Esau's spirit. You see them in suit and tie, they wear all these things that make themselves look good, you believe it? Listen, man, listen, that will destroy you. Don't fall for it, right? And we will show it. He said, this is a bold and strong call that is in line with Catholic social teaching principle of solidarity, preferential option for the poor, and care for our common home. So this is mainly, actually, this is Catholic. The Catholic is the one talking to the Gates Foundation. You see that? Alan Otaro, founder and executive director of the Catholic Youth Network for Environmental Sustainability in Africa, told Catholic News Service in a reaction to the petition. It is in a solidarity with the African smallholder farmers who are at risk of losing sovereignty over the food production in the long term. In the long term, these people, they'll find themselves not owning anything. You know what's happened? Now, Esau paving the way to who? To the Chinese. The Chinese, they're buying Africa. They're buying land in countries like Benin, Ghana, Cameroon. Listen, they're taking over. That's why your brother, listen, if the Most High bless you and you got money, if it's possible, buy land, man. Listen, you got righteous brother keeping the commandment. You know them, they're sure. You can link up with them. Listen, bro, buy land in West Africa. Buy land. Meanwhile, buy land. Maybe you can do something. Maybe you can grow your own tomato. You can grow corn. You can do so many things and sell it. You can go back to and fro. Because these hidden, they're taking over the land. These hidden, they're taking over the land. Right? Let's continue to say, over the food production in the long term, as well as the loss of a variety of food crops that are rich in nutrition. You see, best food in Africa, guess what? Esau trying to take it away. You see that? It's very sad. It's a sham. Not a shame, it's a sham. S-H-A-M. It's a sham to see things like this, to witness it, and nobody talking about it. It goes unnoticed. Ain't nobody talking about it. Everybody's busy about some other thing. Ain't nobody addressing this. The mainstream media won't go and talk about this. The mainstream media, they will not expose this. Mainstream media will not expose this. Why? Because they're working for Satan. Mainstream media, they won't talk about this. So keep in mind, brothers and sisters, you see wickedness, expose it. You see evil, expose it. So the Lord will fight for you. Talk for the people. We got people among them. Okay, we see got a whole bunch of Israelites living in Africa. A lot. Which we got to preach to, we got to talk to them. The majority of them, they speak English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. The majority speak English and French. So let's see. So this is the little Catholic, they understand. Catholic, which is a wicked doctrine too. The Catholics. So keep in mind. He said, this is a Catholic saying that, he said, it is in solidarity with the African smallholder farmers who are at risk of losing sovereignty, like they're doing to the East Indian. Okay? Over the food production in the long term, they'll lose everything. Who will take over? The enemy, Esau Edom. And what do you get? Death. There'll be cancer on the rise throughout the whole Africa. Okay? Those nasty chicken that they sell here in America, those chicken that they raise on hormones, all type of nasty things, and they bring it in the store and people see they're buying, I'm eating chicken. What are you eating? You're eating no chicken. You're eating trash. You're eating garbage. Okay? Keep in mind. Okay, you want to buy chicken, you got to go to the Asian store and you ask them for what? Gallina. Okay, ask them for the skinny gallina. Don't get the fat one, get the skinny gallina. And you cook it like minimum for an hour and you eat it. That's good chicken right there. But that fat chicken that you buy in your store, in your Edomite store, and you think you're plaguing your own self, man. And you're plaguing your children. So keep in mind, eat righteous. Summer coming. We're getting to springtime in a couple of days, things like that. According to the will of the Most High, Lord willing, by the 13th of March, we'll be in the spring season. Spring season, 13th of March. What do you need to do? Start growing your own tomato. You can buy tomato, remove the seed. Get to yourself some pot and put some seed in it. Pour a little bit of dirt and put some seed. And when I let it, the Most High will spring it up. It's going to come out. Grow a little bit of tomato. Grow a little bit of cucumber. Early, beginning of the springtime, and pray on the Most High. The Most High will multiply your hand. Do your own thing. Do not wait on the government to give you food. Do not wait on somebody. Do your own thing. You live in a place where you have a lot of land. Grow something. Grow some melon. You can share with the brother. You can sell it to the Hebrew Israelite brother for a decent price, cheap price. Don't try to make money of them. You try to help your people. You help your community. Okay? So keep in mind, he said, as well as the loss of a variety of food crops that are rich in nutrition. So you see that? He said the Faith Community Institute said the Gate Foundation has been founding project, okay, has been founding project that promote growing of one specific type of crop in large field at the expense of mixed cropping. You see that? That's what they do. They only want the people to grow only one thing. You see? But the people are used to growing different things. The people used to doing different things. A practice used by small-scale farmers in Africa for many years. So they don't need you. These people don't need you. They've been this thing for so long, and you never grow a damn thing. Has he ever opened a tomato and removed the seed and grow it himself? He never done it. I guarantee you he never done it. People maybe might have done it for him, and he just taking the credit. But has he done it himself? Literally, he never done it. And these people have been doing this thing for many years. From generation to generation, from the great grandfather. And the wicked, this devil, this wicked This Edomite, guess what? They go over there trying to take away everything from them. Take the bread from the table. Take the food away and plague them with GMO food. Weakness. We're getting fed up with this wickedness we see every day, just oppressing the people, and nobody addressed it. Oppressing the meek one. Those that are at peace with them, they're always oppressing them, and nobody addresses it. Okay, he said, also the institute said, in the growing of the single crop, the project used heavy machinery. You see that? They only want the people to do single crop. That's garbage right there. The people used to doing their own thing, and they know how they do their thing. They manage. He's supposed to keep quiet. He's supposed to go over there, they teach him. And he learn. Then he can go do that in his house. And the land that he just bought in the south of America. Or south of the USA. Alabama, the Washington, Seattle, things like that. Yes. Then he can go over there and grow those things. After he learned from the brother. He got to humble and keep his mouth shut. He know nothing. He got to go back to the computer. He need to go to the computer and focus on the computer. Computer. He said, also the answer to say, in the growing of the single crop, the project use heavy machinery, large amount of fossil fuel. Guess what they're doing? They're destroying the ozone. Because they use large amount of fossil fuel. Fossil fuel, what does it do? Burning too much of gasoline, too much of diesel, too much of, butane, all these things. Plaguing more plaguing more the land, the soil, the food, the people. It bring it and give them more disease. You see wickedness, you see evil. You see wickedness, you see evil. Let's continue. He say, commercial fertilizer. Fertilizer, that's killed. What do you need for fertilizer? Excrement. You need natural fertilizer, get excrement. Chicken excrement, duck excrement, cow excrement, goat excrement, bird excrement, dog excrement. Use it. Those are natural fertilizer. Dead leaves, listen, just put them somewhere. They'll decompose. That's nice. Those are nice fertilizer. Organic, natural. You ain't gotta do anything. Let's suppose you burn something and you have ashes. Let's suppose you roast outside with wood or something. You do. Guess what? You know what you can do? That ashes right there. That's a good fertilizer right there. That's a good and natural fertilizer right there. You can use that. That's a beautiful and good fertilizer right there. Dump it on your plant. It's good. It's good. Natural fertilizer. Okay? It's a pesticide. Pesticide been killing people. All the pesticides they've been using all here in America, we know them. Roundup, right? We use the example of Roundup. All these fertilizer that they make. The DuPont, okay? Monsanto. The list goes on and on and on. Bill Gates. All these have been killing the people. All the fertilizer, all the pesticide. In the approach deemed to destroy the environment. To destroy the environment. That's what's happening. At the same time, large tracts of land are acquired for the crop, leaving many ordinary farmers without farming lands. You see that? Isn't that evil? Isn't that evil? Isn't that wickedness? You tell me if it's not wickedness. You tell me. Because guess what? They go with the government. They commit adultery and fornication. They're in bed. So what they do? They go join hands with the wicked, with the government, and take the land from the people and sell it, for example, to the Chinese. They sell it to the Chinese. The Chinese are the one taking over the land now. Together with Esau has already done it in the past. It's not enough now. Esau bringing the Chinese, and they're doing it. So the poor people, they end up themselves because they want them to go broke so they can buy the land from them. That's how Esau operates. Esau bring out weakness so that you go broke and you're gonna need to borrow to loan money and borrow money, and once you borrow that money, you never end up paying. You can't pay. So what happened? You just sell them your land. And you become more poor. Your children, your family, everybody's more poor. You see, that's what is happening. That's how Esau operates. He's cunning. He's cunning. He's all about the destruction of the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native. Whether you believe it or not, we believe it. That's what the Most High say. That's it. So we don't need your opinion, your vain opinion. That's what the Most High say. And if Esau's been able, successful in doing it, why? Because we sin against the Most High. Who? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. So let's see. He said, leaving many ordinary farmers without farming lands. The action disrupt the people's ability to cope with food related challenges and environment withstand climatic changes. We urge the Gates Foundation to stop pushing a green revolution that imposes technology and seeds that are controlled by companies with vested interests. Let me show you. Take a look at them. You see these two devils right here? These two Edomite devils right here? There we go. There we go. They don't keep it home. They don't want to keep it Mount side. No, they don't keep it home. You see them? You see this wicked, this devil right here? They're smiling. And they're bringing you death. They're bringing death, stealing the land of the people. They ain't go with the Chinese. Don't take me wrong. They're working with the Chinese together. They're all in line. So keep in mind. And they're all working together because once the Chinese buy the land, they sign the deal with Bill Gates. Because the Chinese, guess what? You think they care about you? They don't care about you neither. So keep in mind. They don't care about you. They're about their business. Okay? How much money they're going to make of you. How much they're going to grow and bring it to their country and feed their own population. They don't care if you got food on your table. So let's see. He said, rather it should be looking at and learning from small-scale farmers. You see that? From around the world who are working to build alternative food systems that are socially just and ecologically sustainable, said the Faith Community Institute, which includes some Catholic organizations. You see that? You see that? You see that? As I was saying exactly, you see, it's common sense. What he's supposed to do is to go to this farmer, this basic farmer that do this thing. He's supposed to go to them and learn from them. You see what I'm saying? He's supposed to go to this farmer and learn from them. Shalom, shalom, right? He's supposed to go to this farmer and learn from them. He's supposed to learn from them. He's supposed to keep quiet and learn so they'll teach him. This is the way it's supposed to be done. But Esau is proud. They think they got it all. Esau thinks he knows all. He's the knower of all things. You can't teach anything Esau. Anything come from the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian, guess what? It's trash. If it come from Esau, the wicked, guess what? It's good. As long as they're in suit and tie, hey, that's it. There we go. Right? He say, what he say? Prince Papa Program Coordinator of the Global Catholic Climate Movement in Africa said venture in agriculture, technology, or the entire economy should have creation at the center of the desired outcome. You see that? Resources should also be concentrated in the hand of small-scale holders and the least in the community, which they don't do. Because that won't profit Esau. Okay, that will not profit Esau. Okay, the wicked, that won't profit it. Why? Because you got, guess what? The sellout of our own people. Wicked Negro in West Africa, Central Africa, claiming to be a leader, politician, all these things. What did they do? They're in bed with the enemy to kill their own people, to bring death to their own people. They don't care. They just don't care. Okay? Let's see, he said, this does not mean that profit alone are bad, but that a reassessment should be made where new information comes in to reevaluate the driving forces behind the development. Papa saying in response to the letter. At the same time, Otaro said Africa is one of the continents most vulnerable to the climate crisis. You see, there we go. You see, the most vulnerable. Why? Because you see that a whole bulk of Judah, Benjamin, Levi living over there. Okay? And probably you see some of the northern kingdom that fled along with southern kingdom. Okay? Some of them remnants sit there in Africa. And you got a big bulk of Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Because they're the ones that were brought in Brazil, America here, in the Caribbean, Latin America, and the list goes on and on. Yeah. It's the mix of Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So keep in mind. For example, Brazil, when you take a look at Brazil, the majority of the slave, or the people that were brought as a slave to Brazil, they were from Benin. And a lot of them were from the country called Benin. Benin was the kingdom of Judah in west coast of Africa, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean. Benin, when you go to this town that was called Judah, later they call it Wida or Wida or Wida, and the name kept on changing. Esau kept on changing over and over because he knows he's going to expose it. So people know, okay, these people in Benin, oh, they're from the tribe of Judah. Now, is it only Judah in Benin? No, you got Levi among them. Because they're still doing witchcraft. Some of them still practice witchcraft. They still sacrifice, they're still killing chicken and worshiping idols. Yeah, a lot of them still doing that in West Africa, Benin, Nigeria. So when you see somebody from Nigeria Either he could be Benjamin, Levi, or Judah. Okay? But one thing for sure, we know the Hebrew, the Israelite. Okay? So, that's the thing. He said, let's read this. I'm going to jump right here. He said a recent border disruption in East Africa where Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania demanded COVID-19 testing or certificate of tests from drivers and crew, resulting in delaying delivery of food commodity. You see that? Due to that, people were not able to get the food on time. You see? This led to an increase in the price of certain food, such as fresh fruit and vegetable. And that's what they want. You see? They want the price to go up. Guess what? The people can afford it. What's going to happen? Death. Poverty. That's the main reason why the Most High say, gather together. Let's go right here. And the Most High is going to judge them. That's the beautiful thing. The Most High is going to judge them. Right? Let's go right here. Let's go right here in the book of Zechariah. Right? Let's go right here. Let me see. Is that a one-on-one or Zephaniah? Right? Let's go to Zephaniah. Right? Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 2. If I'm not wrong, let's go over there. This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verses 1. It said, gather yourself together. Yeah, gather together, O nation of desire. That's what the Most High say. Gather together, O nation of desire. You see, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth. So the righteous are people that seeking for justice, righteousness. You're looking for justice. You're tired of oppression from our enemy. All those that hate us been oppressing all this time. You got to seek the Lord. All ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. It may be, ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So the day the Most High is going to destroy Esau Edom and the wicked of our people, hey, you be hid, man. The angel, they'll mark your forehead so that the Most High does not destroy you. Right? Let's go right here. Let's go right here. I got to read this, man. We got to read this. Habakkuk. Let's go right here. This is the book of Habakkuk, right? Let's go to Habakkuk. Okay. Let's read it. We got to read this. Actually, let me go to Obadiah first and foremost. Let's read it. This is the book of Obadiah. Okay. Obadiah 1, and we'll read verses 10. It said, the sin of Edom. Who? Edom. Okay, Esau Edom. Okay, let's read. It say, for that violence against our brother Jacob, what did they do against her? What do Esau be perpetrating, be plotting against the children of Israel? Violence. Nothing new under the sun. For that violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So you can save Esau, okay? Fortunately, you can save Esau. Okay, fortunately, you can save Esau. Let's go right here. Let's go right here. Let's go to Micah. Let's go to Micah. Okay. Let's go to Micah. Let's read it. Micah chapter 2. This is the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. So what has they been doing? Esau, Edom. What has Esau been doing? Esau, the Melinda Gates Foundation, the depot, all these, your scientists, your chemistry men, all your wicked people that do all these things, what did they do? Let's see, he said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When the money is light, they practice it because it is in the power of the hand. So it is in your power right now. It's in the power of who? The wicked, Esau Edom. Okay, verses 2. And they cover field. So, because Africa does not belong to them. That's the land that the Most High gave unto what? The southern kingdom. The southern kingdom are Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Now, we know that northeast was given to the children of Israel. Now, West Africa mainly, and part of Central and South Africa was given to who? To the southern kingdom of Israel. Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. That land was reserved unto us. The same way the Most High reserved unto the northern kingdom here, America, to the northern kingdom. Because the Most High already know we'll be rooted out from the land. We'll be kicked out from the land. We're going to need a place to stay. That's why the Most High make sure no one step on that land until he brought us there. He brought our forefather, which is mainly West Africa, America, the Caribbean, etc. Let's continue. He say, He said, and they cover field. So what they're doing in Africa, the Melinda Gates or the Gates Foundation, the Monsanto, the DuPont, all these Edom, they're coveting field where in Africa, in East India, in other places, okay, and take them by violence. How did they take the land? How did America took? How did Edomite took America?